And we received our accreditation from the National Council of Higher Education in 2015. Please remain standing. We are waiting for the Chancellor to take his seat and then rather his place, and then we shall have the anthems.
All the time.
And all the time.
God is good, and that's His nature.
Amen. What? The chief guest, the Chancellor, Kaiwa International University, Professor Simeon Kaiwa, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Tony Kabo, all faculty, academic and supporting staff, friends, family, and all of you graduates, the class of 2022. I feel greatly honored to extend a vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion. As I began thinking about what I should say to you, I discovered that I could go on for hours talking about our years at Kintu, about the experiences we have had which prepared us for this day and for the future. I began making notes about all the advice I should share with everyone and about all of the many topics I wanted to cover. Then a friend reminded me about the fate of the famous Greek philosopher Socrates, who lived a long time ago. Socrates was very intelligent, but Socrates gave long speeches, and his friends killed him. Since I'm not Socrates, nor do I want to end up like Socrates, I'll brief and to the point. I'll be brief and to the point. First, allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to thank the entire staff of Kaiwa International University for the cooperation that has been in place between them and us for the whole period we have been their students. It's because of the cooperation that we are the achievers today, and we are celebrating this joint success together. Let this kind of collaboration and professionalism continue so that the continuing students and other intakes to come should enjoy the same fruits as we have eaten ourselves. To Kaiwa International University Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, and the entire staff, we want to assure you that we will never let you down. We are going to put into practice all the things you have imparted to us. Apart from training us in our respective professions, we have been taught many leadership skills which will help us a lot in cooperating and associating with the communities we are going to find out there. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my fellow graduating team, I want to let you know that over the period of study we have been here, we have really covered and learned a lot concerning studies and life skills a learned person needs to have. Our time here has been no walk in the park. We have faced many challenges and obstacles which we have had to overcome. I cannot begin to imagine the number of family members. I cannot begin to imagine the number of family members here grateful that their loved ones no longer have deadlines. Things may not always go as planned, but I'm sure we can all agree that this class has been resilient. We survived the COVID-19 pandemic. The fact that we have made it here to receive our awards is just a testament to our perseverance and commitment to excellence. Graduates, you are all destined for greatness. Each and every one of us has a potential to change the world. We have all grown into powerful, intellectual individuals who will make a massive footprint on this earth. Tables turn, bridges burn, and often it's the journey which teaches you about your destination. To my fellow graduates, we are no longer the leaders of tomorrow, but of today. As such, we need to know that we are not only physically mature, but also intellectually. This therefore calls for our mature behavior. To be mature means accepting responsibilities. Let us go to the world and be exemplary, active, creative, honest, and eager to learn more from others, especially experienced professionals, for they have a lot to share with us. To be a good leader begins with being a good learner. So let us always open a room for other people's knowledge and skills to come in. Last but not least, I would like to quote what a certain renowned scholar once said. He said, and I quote, "Work with successful people to succeed. For if you work with failures, you will fail too." End of quote. Let us go out and just put into practice all the beneficial things we have learned here. More importantly, we should go out with open minds for new and supplementary skills and knowledge for our continuous professional development. Learning new things depends on self-willingness. You cannot discover new oceans unless you dare to lose sight of the shore. We need to be reminded that education is progressive discovery rather of our own ignorance. While the idea of material success does influence our lives heavily, I ask that you follow dreams and do what makes you happy. Strive to be the best version of yourself. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. Graduation marks the end of yet another extraordinary chapter in our lives. With this chapter closed, I'm sure that many of us are already anxious about starting the next one, because unlike the textbooks, we cannot skip through the pages of life to see how long the next chapter is going to be. Once again, let me congratulate all of my fellow students, my fellow friends, who will shape tomorrow's global future in the different arenas. I strongly believe that this global village will provide us an opportunity for continued interaction in the future, as well as the guest of honor. Ladies and gentlemen, I have nothing more to say, for I am much engulfed with the excitement this auspicious day has brought to us, the Team 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for the undivided attention you have shown for this speech. Thank you very much for your kind attention for God and my country. God bless you. I didn't mention my names. I intended because my names are inherited of the person who is still alive. I'm Aloysius Bugingo. I'm not going to say junior, but there is my father here, the original Aloysius Bugingo, my father, Papa. Ndakwinjizwa gare na mama. Musa.
I'm sorry.
This occasion has brought my parents from Rwanda. My mama is Domina Bugingo, and this man here is my father. He's the original Bugingo Aloysius. He's 96 years old. Only 4 years to make 100. I'm so honored. Twins Wasaja. These are my parents. I was born in Masaka, but they were there by then. But then the world took them to another land. I'm a Muganda from Masaka. Dr. Honorable and all distinguished guests. I'm honored and I bless you. Murakoze cyane papa. Murakoze kuza. Professor, you are my other parent. Please come and stand together and take this forward.
Why not facing this way?
And the company group, Prince Wasaja, and the Sabalangira, and the man who's going to be representing them speaking, Maiga, yes. You're all welcome. And it's a very good place to stand when you are here. Many years ago, when Prince Kajumba came from, I don't know where he came from. He was working with soldiers in this country. He told me that they were going to be reinstalling the Buganda Kingdom. This is not part of my speech, it's just coming because I'm thinking about you now. And it was a very, very, very trying hour in which we were, because when I was in secondary school, I remember a day, forget about the day of abolition of Buganda Kingdom, but the day of announcing the death of Sir Edward Mutesa without honor at all. That hurt me even as a student. But they said, former Kabaka of Uganda, former president of Uganda, Mwami Fred Mutesa. Mwami Mr. Fred Mutesa. Something unheard of, a taboo thing to call a king Mr. Fred Mutesa. It's just like to call me Mwami Kayuwa when I'm a chancellor. But also, I noticed that the Kabaka has been giving out land, free land to people. I just noticed. I don't know whether it's true or not. Some of our friends in this country who got universities were given free land also. I was looking at opposite the church, there's a piece of land there. I would like to send the Sabalangira to tell the Kabaka that that little piece, at least half of it, should be donated to Kayuwa International University. because you can see the burden of running a university in Uganda this time, the social media and so many bacteria and everything is very bad. I can't run it alone without the cabal. So, me and my children have been asking me to give them my shoes, and I've always agreed. So, being a son of Uganda, what do I expect? You have not made your speech yet, therefore you will tell us. One of the students said that education reveals to you how ignorant you have been. Thank you, Zias Ujingo. Your name is you say you are Aloysius, but that's not how it's pronounced. Your name is Aloysius, not Aloysius. So you can see how ignorant you've been about it. It's Aloysius Ujingo. And so I was your teacher, so I can teach you a little bit more before you get your degree. And go back to my speech. I'm not good at written speeches, reading them. I normally speak by myself, but sometimes in the .com era, we go to be .comized. So I'm now being computerized to speak like a computer. Okay. Now, distinguished guests as well, I don't mention you. You're all welcome, students, so I'd like to thank you for coming to this occasion. I would like to thank God for you coming to this occasion, alive and strong. You can see one of those that are graduating today is a man who survived acid burns. Can you stand up? He's going to be Dr. Umaru Mulinde. Thank you very much. I'd like to also mention to you that one of those students who graduated with us last class 2019, Dr. Wama, passed away during the COVID struggle. And we disagreements. And those disagreements, according to me, are very ignorant indeed things which are doing in modern times. Which I believe that Kaiwa International University, with churches together, and all of you that are here today will be able to stop when you campaign very hard. That we will not live in a society that is divided, a society that is which you can call a conflicted society. One part of the same society tearing another part of the same society. We cannot go on like that. Even if we had all the power and all the money, education is very important at this time. To give you a warning that you people in the world should not continue to support conflicts of this kind or whatever kind affecting communities and children and children of your children, because just because of freedom of rights, just because of politics and everything, just because of faith, we have now, we are living every day apprehensive of things that might happen to Uganda. For example, we're thinking about the wars, the Third World War that's possible to happen. All the things. One day, a lady called Mary Roosevelt, president's wife, in the 1940s, when she was drafting the Bill of Rights, she said, "We are not animals, but people." When people are angry, they can sit down and discuss. Whereas animals, when they're angry, they just tear themselves to pieces. They tear each other to pieces. And that's what they did to my dog that I've been with for several years. I love him so much. His name was Fox. Something terrible happened to my dog. Dogs got angry with him and they tore him to pieces. And his life ended and the children were left without a father. And that is what is exactly happening to Well. And I didn't know that dogs mourn. They mourn for 2 days. The dogs did not bark at all. No scream, whatever, for 2 days. Even the little kids, the puppies, they were mourning the mistake of not using their father, not using brains, going out and fighting other dogs in the neighborhood and being killed. I think we should learn a lesson from here that violence is absolutely brainless and we should not do it in this country. Arguments and breaking microphones and all these things, we should not do them in this country. At least not in this country where we've got people like I don't know, I'm using English, the Kabaka's wife, is allowed to say that? Nabagereka, having the Bisakate, that training people in good manners and all these things. In spite of her, in spite of those lessons taught every day, I request that this country should be more a country of noble people than at least that other countries in the world. Students, please go and help us. Students who are graduating and those that are still at school, and also Vice Chancellor and your staff, please assist us that this kind of thing may not happen. In this country, we can go further and say, not happen even in the world. Okay? So, that constant should be ended by something. I think education is going to help to start the fight against those things. So, some of these will be highly respected institutions like churches, also run afoul of the laws of the country, and also political parties, and they run afoul of the laws of spiritual guidance, and they keep the nations, those laws which are supposed to give us a comfortable nation to live in, now end up being useless in this country and also in the world. So I appeal to Uganda and the rest of the world that we pursue peace, unity, and civilized debate to violence, as opposed to violence and perpetual hate of one another. I think our International University being partly also theological university, we will try to send that message out to the world. Finally, our second graduation ceremony, I appeal to graduates, the rest of the country and the world to question their thoughts before igniting wars and conflict of all sorts. I'd like to appreciate His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, the government, in our case, First Lady and Minister of Education, for maintaining the principle of privatization and other freedoms which forge a clear path for Uganda, being a land of peace and a land of opportunity for all. Long live Kintu and long live Uganda. I love you all. God bless you. 1,
2, 3. Congratulations. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations.